My name is Chuck Hazama, and I was fortunate enough to serve as mayor of the city for 16 years, from 1982 to 1995. And during that time, we did a lot of unique things. And one of the things that we did back then was we started block parties. This is one of the very first block party that we've had in the city of Rochester. So it's the longest running block party in the city. And of course, we have block parties all over the community now. And we have a special. Actually, in August, they have the city night out, basically, and that's when they now have block parties all over the city. But initially, we didn't have any specific time that we had block parties. Well, since I was in the office of mayor, I wanted to try to do some things that were quite unique that we didn't have in the city of Rochester. So to bring community together and blocks together, I thought maybe it might be a great idea to try to get people together, and it's been going on since then, and it's been a great celebration for us. And so the first year we did it, Gordy and I, who used to live, in fact he still lives there, roasted a pig, like we did in Hawaii, and we had a great time. We had an apple in the pig's mouth and the whole works, and the kids would come out and they say, "Mayor, are we going to eat that thing?" And they weren't quite sure whether they wanted to eat that roasted pig, but we cleaned that whole thing out with 12 loaves of bread in it, and they just loved the dressing in it. And so that's how it all started. People come out and just have a good time. Okay.
Yeah. What? So I just talked with a block party down the street on 11th over here actually, and they were having their very first one ever.
Yeah.
So what's kind of different about being the oldest one in the city? What kind of?
Well, I guess you kind of look at tradition, like Fiddler on the Roof. It says tradition, and I guess we can brag about the fact that we are traditionally the first one that started.
How does it feel to know that it's something you started has been going on for this long? I mean,
well, let me tell you, there are a lot of things that while I was in office that still are going on today, which really makes it great, to think that you could invest in a community that carries on tradition like that for a variety of things, and this is one of the things that we are very proud of.
Hi, I'm Jo Briggs. We're located in Southwest District, and we're on 713 11th Street Southwest. This is our first time that we've done a block party here. It's a very well-established neighborhood, but what's been happening is there's been turnover. So we have lots of new families, and we have more kids than we thought, and so we decided, Joan across the street and myself decided we would do a block party, and it was easy to do. I think just the number of new neighbors, and that we've been here 3 years, and said, wow, we could do a block party. Also, we'd done national nights out before in different cities, and the mayor's task force on neighborhoods, or the council on neighborhoods, we got a pitch there from Daryl, from the police department, and just felt like it was really easy to sign up and do it. So we kept it simple, and here it is. We might have 35, 40.
Okay. And then what's special about holding block parties in National Night Out? What's appealing about them? If you were, for example, could explain to somebody that didn't know what they were all about.
Well, it's a chance to meet our neighbors in the summer. It's part of just the whole country doing the same thing in the same night is pretty cool. But really, it's a personal connection of families and individuals and welcoming the folks who are new, and also some of the the variety of ages that we have here too. There's a mixing of an intergenerational party that's simple.
So Angela Gupta, I'm from Southwest. We currently live at 1016, and we just recently moved to that address, and so we're at a brand new block party. This is the first year they've ever had it, but we're coming from a neighborhood that has had a block party for 45 years, and so that's, as I understand, the longest running block party in Rochester, and that was on 11 1/4 Street Southwest, and it's really great to see the difference. That one has a long tradition of a full potluck. All the neighbors come together. It's kind of a standing date on the calendar everyone knows about. And this one is great in a new way. It was brand new. We got a flyer. We've had a really great turnout. It's a dessert. But it's a really great way. Both block parties are a great way to meet your neighbors, mingle, see the new kids, catch up with the elders, and really get to know your neighbors. It's really been great.
First thing that you have to do is get to know your neighbors. If you don't know your neighbors, you can't get together to have a good block party. Here, the people know each other, and we get along so well that it's easy to call people together to have a block party like this. But if you don't, if you're fighting with your neighbors and doing all that, so there's no way in the world you're going to get a block party going. Yeah, I think back in 1992, Rochester was looked upon by the rest of the country as the best place to live in America. And to continue to make this community shine like the city on the top of the hill, you want to make sure you do some of these kinds of things that make your neighbors and your friends and your citizens proud.